Hi there. It is dark. You'll have to forgive me. I will quickly fix that. I forgot to switch the light on. Hold on. Okay. I believe that's better. That is very bright. Very bright. Hold on. Okay. Okay. This is not going to be the most positive of live streams. To be honest with you, I haven't done a live stream in a long time. Well, if you have been following me here, I haven't felt like it. It just hasn't been something that I wanted to do. I wanted peace and quiet in my life. But I got some emails. Unfortunately, after having been away, no, not away, but after having been in holiday mode for a few weeks, I checked the work email. Big mistake. Big mistake. Oh, what's the world coming to? I'll try not to curse. But you know what I hate? I hate when I get people on social media and they say things like, okay, boomer. First of all, I'm not part of the boomer generation. And I honestly don't get it. I mean, what's so bad about that? What's wrong about being a baby boomer? Come on. But anyway, they say that to kind of imply that, oh, I'm so old and I don't get it. I'm stupid. I don't get it. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't see what's happening around us now, because stupid people are happier people, you know? And yeah, in the search for more money, more profit, changes are being made. Human beings will choose the easiest path, the path of least resistance. And because we do that, we get into all sorts of trouble, you know? Yeah, Land Raver, it's precisely because we are older that we do get it. Yeah. So, okay. This is something I shouldn't go public with, but I don't fucking care anymore. Oh, little bit of cursing there. Hi there, Jen, and Wolf of Odin. Good to see you all. So first of all, I try to be balanced and all that. I try to be mellow, moderate. But some days, I've just had enough. I've just had enough. And what I'm seeing more and more, and I believe this is partly, at least, due to the fact that people today are cyborgs. Okay, I'll get into a bit of a rant here. I will get to it. Okay, just let me y- give you a perspective here. Okay, there are riots in England, and these idiots in the streets who think that they are fighting for freedom, they are not. They are not. And if they, I mean, so they beat up some brown people and think that they are heroes. Yeah. No, I'm not saying everyone protesting is doing that. I'm talking about the ones who have actually done that. And on the other side, the Muslim gangs beating up white people because they're white. They think they are so tough. All of those people have a surveillance device in their pocket. And they are addicted to that surveillance device. And it's so pathetic because they will use the same surveillance device to arrange their little meetups. And it's all being monitored, of course. I mean, it's how stupid are these people? Well, they are very stupid, of course. Okay. Yeah, mindless drones. Yes. Okay, I'll just say it. I had talked about AI, so-called artificial intelligence, before, and just before I went live here now, I sent an email that basically means that I will walk away from a big, big deal. Lots of money. Not English. Not English. We're talking translation of my novels. Not English. No. But a major, major deal. Because they want to use AI for the translation. And I'm telling them that's a deal breaker. It's unacceptable. It will always be unacceptable. So if that's what you want to do, sorry, you're not getting the fucking book rights for my books. And how did we arrive at this place? What happened to the pride? It used to be like translators took pride in their art, their craft. What happened to that? I think they still do. They want to do it, but they are being pressured by people in the big publishing, in the book industry, to use AI to produce the translations faster. And when you use AI for a translation, even though you go through it as after, it generates thousands of errors, and you can't see those unless you have specific knowledge of the topics that is being um, dealt with in the novel. For me, historical novels from the Viking Age. Listen, a translator needs to get into the matter properly to understand, so that they can translate in the right way. AI will not do that. And when they use AI, they will not be able to identify all the mistakes and errors it made. So I'm walking away from that deal. I am walking away from that book deal. I'm trying to contain my anger. I take pride in my craft and my art. If I just wanted to write something that could be on the shelves in, easy reading, I could write 10 books a year. you know? Some people do that. That's not my thing. And I'm telling you, AI is going to destroy art. It is destroying the publishing industry. It's going to destroy movie industry, music, everything that makes life more than just going to work, eating, sleeping like mindless drones. It's going to destroy everything. And I know it's easy to use. I know it makes life so much easier and not so wonderful, but it's going to destroy everything. Mark my words, I am watching it happening in real time. This is perhaps the most important topic I have ever talked about on YouTube since I started many years ago. But you know what? It's like, yeah, this is going to be a little bit personal, and it's that might not be for everyone. If you don't like that, you can go somewhere else, I guess. Why the hell would I accept these things? Why would I, when they do write or as a business, do check out what I have done, please. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a novelist. Why would I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm always honest with you, but I'm going to be not honest. Well, I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to be transparent, is the word. I already have made, I would say, just enough money so that I don't have to work more. I don't have to. I could just quit now and I would be fine. So why would I accept these things? I won't. I don't have to. And I understand that it's more difficult for people who haven't yet made it as an artist. I know that's different. I would still think that please do not use AI, but also it's more forgivable if you do, if you're being pressured into that as an artist and you haven't yet made it. I don't have to. I don't have to accept anything. I can just keep doing my thing. And if the industry don't want that anymore, then they can go and screw themselves. I don't care about them. I actually don't care about them. I'm not here. I'm not doing this for the publishers to make money. Of course, they will make money from my books. They made millions upon millions. But that's not what it's about. It's about the stories. I believe they are important. That's why I'm writing. Sorry, I get a little bit emotional. Oh my fucking Posse M. Augustine, what's wrong with using AI? It saves a lot of time to work. You're going to have to do better than that. I'm just going to ask you to figure it out yourself. We can't I just can't. I just can't keep explaining this to people. I just can't. Maybe no, just go away, please. Horror business, thank you for being a supporter. Um, it's good that the video and sound quality is great. I haven't made any changes, so this is exactly the same microphone setting, everything. It's as before, and sometimes it's not good. So clearly, it is the internet connection, and I think it has to do with the fact that where I live, it's a place where people come here during summer, uh, and when people come here, um, the internet connection gets worse because there are more people here, I guess. Um, and now people are leaving because the weather is not great, and I wouldn't say it's a ghost town, but the population is decimated. I celebrate the day the school starts because I hated school. So I celebrate it because I don't have to go to school by going down to the beach and having lunch there um, on that day, which occasionally is also my birthday, actually. So, so that's very soon now. Oh, proud Scion Prince. Thank you for the donation, by the way. You came here and you saw the stone circles. Thank you. Thank you for honoring my culture. So I think you get to a point in life where you ask yourself, well, you get to a point in life where you realize that you have lived more years than you're going to live. Well, you've passed the half. Well, I'm closer to death than my birth. Okay, and when you realize that, you start understanding that time is very valuable, and what you do with the rest of your life is extremely important. So I have now, if you have been following my outdoors channel, you know that I went up to Rondane, which is a mountain area in Norway, and sometimes you just connect with an area. And for me, it's not always like that, but I connected with that area. I felt at home there for some reason. I usually don't when I'm in the inland. I'm more like a coastal person, but I connected with that area. And I'm going to go back up there and, you know, since I don't have, any uh, specific work hours, I don't have a boss or, you know, I am my own employer. I'm just going to go up there during the week and stay at sort of a base camp, and hopefully I will climb two of the peaks there. I'm saying climb. It's not like climbing with hands and feet. Yes, you have to use hands and feet, some of the a little bit, but it's not like with ropes and stuff. So I want to do that. I don't know why, but I want to do that, and I think it's something that will give me value in my life. Um, and I have also learned that you should never accept anything that you're not completely comfortable with. So I went back and forth concerning this contract. And I told myself, well, is it really that bad? And so on and so on. But then I asked myself, I had to ask myself, am I going to be happy if I accept this? Or is it going to keep me awake at night? It's going to keep me awake at night. Therefore, I can't accept it. Therefore, I'm walking away from that deal, unless they change it, of course. Dreaming music. Okay, Boomer. I have to read this. That's okay, Boomer is meant as a slur by ungrateful people who believe that they discovered sex. Yeah, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Yeah. Space Monkey says shit gets real. Absolutely. And there's this, gone fishing. I don't go fishing, but that's not what it's about. It's gone fishing is like something I would like to have in automated on email reply or something like that. Kevin, welcome as a subscriber. Good to see you. Yes, we are standing on the shoulders of giants, Space Monkey, absolutely. Yeah, Kevin, that's well said. There's an old, I'll just read your comment. There's an old saying, do things for passion, not fame. If you do it for fame, you lose the passion. Yeah. Do you guys know what I was going to be like? I wasn't going to be a novelist. I studied economics and I specialized in entrepreneurship. And then things happened. I started writing early in the mornings, still do, but on the side, and then I understood that I'm not going to be working in finance and things like that, because why would I have no passion for that. I want to tell stories. And at that time, I was 24 when my first book was published. And I had by then already made the decision that I'm going to work for passion, not for fame or money. And the funny thing is that if you are passionate about what you do, the quality it's reflected in the quality. And very often that makes what you do very valuable to other people. And the idea that I'm now going to accept AI wiggling its way into my books is ridiculous. Why would I ever accept that? I'll walk away from any deal if I have to. It's also about integrity, which is the highest form of currency. Let's see, I'll just scroll up a little bit here. Oh, yes, exactly, Tara. Closer to Valhalla. Yeah, absolutely. I hope to go there. That I'll be worthy, according to my ancient Norse belief system and all that. Yeah, New Battling says the price of a convenient, easy life is extremely high. Yeah, I don't get some of the comments here. Why are you writing that you use AI? Do you think I'm going to approve of that? I don't get it. What are you? Don't you see the problem here? You haven't heard what I said, maybe. Um, I don't get what you're trying to do, but yeah, my novels are as per today, not in English. I hope that that will change in the future. Yeah, exactly. AI can't give you any gratification. Yeah. So, I'm just days away from my birthday, and it's like this time I decided to do some heavy thinking about life in general, I guess. And it has a lot to do with I don't I have found out that it's not about adding things to your life. It's about subtracting things. And I'm going to get rid of things that I do not want in my life. I'm already in that process. It's been a long process. I got rid of, the food sources that don't work for me. Many of them are recommended by the authorities. It's funny how that works. Um, no, I felt much better after I got rid of all those food sources, mostly plant-based. And I got rid of a smartphone that's it's coming up 4 years now. Um, and what else? Yeah, I'm still working on the email thing. I have to, yeah, my goal is to never reply to emails again. Actually, that's my goal. Um, we'll see how. I haven't figured it out yet, how to do that. Um, so, yeah. Oh, yeah, I bought a new car. But this being Norway, it's not a new car. It's a secondhand car, but it's newer than the one I had, and I can put this back seats down, and it's flat. I can sleep there actually. So that's very practical. So I I sorted that out finally. Um, yeah. Yeah, people are saying if I didn't have a cell phone, I couldn't watch you. There is of course the computer option, but it's not for everyone not having a smartphone, I guess. And Horror Business says everyone watched the Terminator, nobody paid attention. Um, yeah, Kevin. Well, thank you for those kind words. And also, you're right. You don't own material possessions. Material possessions own you. Yeah. Um, instant defense. what you write there, if that is true, can you please get on the phone or go out to your friend? I'm not kidding here. Please talk to your friend. Can you also call someone like medical the ambulance or something? Because this is a very serious thing that you're writing there. Get off this live stream, please go out or call your friend. Ambulance, yeah, call an ambulance. (911). Can you please do that? Can you please call and give them the information that you have? Anything that you know will be helpful. You could save a life, please. I'll just give you a few moments now to do that. Call, yeah, Tara says 911. Please do that. Okay. I can't do it. I don't know where you are. I don't have any information. Please call 911 and give them the information about your friend, all the information that you have. Okay? I'm going to continue with the live stream now. And yeah. Okay, I'm going to continue with the live stream now. I'm hoping it was kind of a stupid joke or something, or not meant in a literal sense, but in the case it was, I'm hoping that someone has called 911 and given, and all that. Troll, but I don't know. Since I can't be sure, that's why I take it very seriously. So, okay. Yeah, maybe he or she derailed my stream. If so, I don't care. As long as there's a slight chance that that was a real message, I will take the time to try to do something about it. Okay, so let us continue. Yeah, my anger has, I'm not as angry as when I started now, but, the problem is still there, that I am seeing not only AI, although AI is the main problem, but I'm seeing AI and the industry as a whole eating away at the art. And if you look at books being published now, the artistic value, in my opinion, is less than before. And already there are books being produced, and I know this for a fact, being produced by AI. And how it works is, it doesn't say AI on the book cover. It works like this. Some person asks, some AI generator to write a book. And after a few seconds, you have a book. You can type in, write it in the style of some famous author, and you add some other wishes and so on there, and then out comes a book and I'll have to do this with my finger, a book. And then the author, and I shouldn't say author because we're not talking about proper authors here, but the person goes through the whole thing, and changes some things here and there to make it less obvious, and they will probably announce that they have written a book. And when the publisher comes out of their meeting with the marketing department, and the marketing department has said, well, this book from this famous author here is selling very well. We need more books like this. And then there comes the manuscript generated by AI in the style of this famous author, and that's how it gets published. And it's crap. But people read it and they think that they don't know that they're reading AI. They don't know. So that's basically how it works. Yeah. John, I am so sorry to hear that. I should have mentioned photography as well. Smartphones and AI have killed that industry as people seem to settle for phone images nowadays, even businesses. Yes. Well, I make YouTube videos, and I have refused to use. I refuse to use any AI tool, and photography is not easy, or videography, I should say. It's not easy. But at least what I do, I know I did it. Well, yes, there are, autofocus and things like that on the camera, but that's not AI. I still have to change the tweak the camera, and I learned from doing that. So yeah, and you see it. You see it everywhere now. If you know what to look for, you see it all over the place. And they say that AI will become better and more difficult to spot. Maybe so, but also I'm not convinced because, people get used to it. They get used to that quality, and they expect that quality. We can even get to a point where people, when they encounter real art, like for instance a real photography, they will say that it doesn't look real because they're used to AI images, and they don't go out and they don't see the nature, they don't see the real world, they just see everything through a screen. And that's why I get comments, and I used to think that they were just trolls, people who write, oh, that's not real, you're standing in front of a green screen, trees are not that green, and so on and so on. But no, I've at least a large part of those comments are not meant as a joke. I'm pretty sure about that. These people, they don't know how nature looks. And isn't that very sad? They just live their lives looking into a screen. It's so sad. Yeah, thank you, Travis, for reminding me. Yeah, so the question is it time to check out? I don't know. But if it continues down this path, now I'm talking writing books, if it continues and it gets worse, at some point there won't be any joy left in it. The process of going from a manuscript to having a book published is quite painful as it is. If they're going to add AI, if they're going to add all the things that comes with it, maybe it will be time to check out. Has that time come now? So far, I'm only seeing it in suggested concerning translations. And as I said, it's unacceptable. I will never accept that. I will walk away from any such deal. And I just did. So, is it time to check out? I spent, as I said, 3 days up in the mountains, and there were no cell phone reception there. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And you know why? Because people looked at me, right? And by that, I mean people didn't look down in their hand when they were talking. People were having conversations. And if you, now, I don't know if there are anyone here listening who do not have a smartphone, but if you don't have a smartphone, you know what I'm talking about. And when you quit having a smartphone, you're going to have to get used to talking to people who don't look you in the eyes. They will talk while they look down. And if you have a smartphone yourself, you don't notice because you're doing it yourself, most likely. And this is not meant as a criticism, it's a habit, and you don't notice it until you throw it away. People have conversations while they are looking in their palm. So it goes like this. The first, when you talk, I say something, you say something, and that exchange, maybe 3, maybe 4 at the most exchanges of words like that back and forth. And I find after that, most people start getting restless, and very soon they will fiddle with their smartphone. It really is that bad, and you don't notice unless you are smartphone less, like myself. You don't notice. But when you notice, it's very noticeable. And it was so wonderful to be up there, no cell phone reception. And it was like back in the old days when people had real conversations. Now, I didn't really have much conversations with anyone there. I was mostly busy with keeping, my dogs on a leash because there were sheep everywhere. But I noticed that other people were looking at each other and having real conversations. And that was wonderful to watch. So, by checking out, what I'm talking about is checking out of the cyborg society. Rosemary Solveig, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. Angus, thank you so much for your donation as well. That's very kind of you. Oh, Jeff, you were in Norway. That's great. Yeah, the food is expensive, and it's gotten a lot more expensive during the last couple of years, or the last year. Josh, welcome as a member to the channel. Well, actually, the universities we sell 3001 are the worst. The universities themselves, because they require, and I know this because my daughter is in university, and they require the students to have some, to have a smartphone and to have an app on the smartphone. Yeah. So again, is it time to check out? I think that maybe I already have, and I get pulled in as well by the things that make me unhappy. I can tell you what makes me unhappy. What makes me unhappy, what makes me unhappy is emails, appointments, like in your calendar, and all of those things. It really does make me unhappy, and I hate it. Oh, sorry. What makes me happy is when I can live outside of all of that. And that's entirely possible. Entirely possible. So I mentioned I bought a second-hand car, and it's the newest model, or should I say almost the newest model, that you can get before cars essentially became smartphones themselves. You have to have a fucking app, you have to have it connected to, if you drive a Tesla, you're basically sitting inside a smartphone. It's ridiculous. So it's I'm going to be religiously taking care of it, because it's probably going to be my last car. Or maybe I can go the other way and get an antique car or something. No, it's not an electric car. Very soon you're going to have to be you will be unable to charge your electric cars without an app on your smartphone. And I have to think about that a lot, because so many things now are impossible to do without a smartphone. So yeah, it's getting more and more complicated. The new cars, they do track you, and probably sell off personal data. Every movement that is tracked and stored is sold. You are the lunch. It's not a free lunch. You are the lunch, and this should be taught in schools. Like this information is not gathered just for fun. It's something that they sell to make a profit, of course. Uh, they wouldn't. Yeah, this should be obvious, right? It should be obvious. So, you know, let's see. Luke says, if you don't let Subaru connect to your contacts, you can't charge your phone in the car you bought. Really? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I can't read your the letters there, but electric cars. You're writing electric cars connected to internet is scary. If they want to shut off your car, they could probably do it remotely. Yeah. Um, shall I tell you something? Something funny. If you interact in a normal way now with women, they will, you can see, oh, they smile, and they almost, it looks like sometimes they almost perceive it as you're flirting, even though you're just being normal, like a normal 90s normal. Isn't that crazy? Because they're used to men communicating in a much more limited way. And when you think about it, it's insane. How did we get there? You know? It is crazy, you know. Um, well, yeah. How did we get there? We got here because humans are lazy. We want to use we choose the easiest path, and short-term easiest path, and that's what gets us into trouble a lot of the time. Um, yeah, Travis. No, it's not just the US. It's I think it's the same all over the place. Yeah, I encourage every every man listening to just try. To well, obviously you need to get rid of the smartphone first. Go smartphone free for a little bit of time. A couple of weeks if you can. And you will see how your social skills they will improve. Immediately. Well, not immediately, but immensely. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy. But again, it's a time to check out. Well, I think also it's society is more bland. The culture has become more bland. So there are many things going into that. That contributes to that. It's bland and boring. If you listen to music now, I can't remember the names of these artists. The bands are gone because they only want these produced nonsensical R&B crappy artists with their butts hanging out, and they sing, they use auto tune, and when they sing, and it's it's shit, and that's what people are listening to apparently. And uh, how fucking boring is that? I mean, it's really boring, and it's sexless. You know what the most sexless thing I can think of is? It's when you see these R&B artists, or I don't know if it's R&B or whatever the fuck it is, but they stand there and they shake their butt and they are wearing practically nothing. It's the most sexless thing I can think of. It's such a huge turnoff, and I think you have to have the mind and maturity of a 14-year-old to think that that's sexy. It's just so stupid, you know. Um, and that's what they're selling, you know. And they say that they're selling sex, but no, no, that's not sex. It isn't. Well, it is. I think you can say that that's sex. They're selling sex, you know. I'll probably get demonetized. No, I don't care. Oh, actually, I did demonetize this before I started. Remember to do that. Yes. It's only you will think that that's sex if you have very little experience with sex, I would say. And if you look at the statistics, that is actually the case with many young people today. Um, yeah, and I'm not moralizing here. I'm not that kind of person, but it's just not attractive to someone who is not a boy. It's just, oh, come on, you know. But anyway, so yeah, that's music, you know. Well, we shouldn't even call it music. It's just they sample other people's music, and yeah. But anyway, politics. I'm quite interested in politics, actually, but it's not politics anymore. You know, have you noticed? Now, this is worse on the left, but on the right, they do it as well. They just do it in another way. It's all about emotion. When did you last hear about the actual policies? You have a presidential election coming up in the USA. It's a perfect example. And it's so stupid, you know. Now you have Kamala Harris. And the journalists here in Norway, they have all gotten religious, and their big god is Kamala Harris, and they worship her. She's the best thing that has happened to humanity ever, because she is a woman, and they say she is black. Oh, even though she's not, but doesn't matter. And what are her policies? Policies? No, 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 no. Doesn't matter. She's a woman, and she's a strong, independent woman, and she's black and minority and all that crap, you know. It's all about emotion. This is not a coincidence, you know, because this is marketing. They know what they're doing, you know, and of course they know that I'm getting to the right. I'll almost said a bad word there. I'll offend everyone here, so don't worry. So it's all about emotion, and they know this, because as long as they can point at Trump, oh, Trump is a bad man. Oh, he's such a bad man, and he's white. Oh, that's the worst ever. Um, but Kamala Harris is so wonderful. She is so wonderful because she's a woman. Doesn't matter what the policies are. Doesn't matter. And on the right, they have to cater to the well, I don't like to use the word Christians because most Christians are not like that. But it's this idea that we're the freest nation on the planet. We have guns and we have the eagle and we are free and brave and all that. Guns and Jesus. And they have to cater to that. It's all about emotions as well, What about the policies? I would be interested in the policies, the politics or policies. You know what I mean? I would say Trump is a rather intelligent man. I don't like his persona at all. But if you look at what he's done, he's obviously not stupid. You don't have to like someone to say that they are intelligent. He probably is intelligent. He knows what he is doing. What are the policies? I would be interested to know, but they don't talk about that anymore. They only talk about the things that make people emotional. It's so stupid, Now, I remember when I was a kid, I watched the political debates. I did. And I still remember when they were sitting there and they were talking actually about in the debates about the politics and they were all very boring and they looked very gray. Well, we didn't have color TV at the cabin where we spent a lot of time, but what I mean, they although it was very gray, no emotion, no emotion. It's just politics. So, yeah, John, yes, you don't become a billionaire by being stupid. Yeah, I can confidently say that. Yeah. That's true. So, yeah. Okay. Now here comes the debate: pro-Trump, anti-Trump. That's fine. It was just an example, but that's fine. It happens every time. Okay. So again, is it time to check out? I guess, for me, it's it's a matter of motivation. I'm luckily in a position where I don't have to accept anything. And integrity is worth more than all the money in the world. Of course, it would be more difficult to say that if you were starving, but I'm not. Rosemary, thank you so much for your donation again. Thank you so much. Yeah, Operation Warp Speed, Debbie. It's very, very, I will say it's difficult or impossible to forgive that. Yeah. Speaking of that, it's a forbidden topic here on YouTube. Isn't that funny? Why is that? Why is that, YouTube? Why can't we talk about the big cough and the cough medicine? Why can't we talk about that? The actual truth is coming out. It's beautiful to watch. And I think at this point the only thing remaining is the horrible side effects, the truth about the horrible side effects, and possibly the intention of the cough medicine. I'm waiting for that. This is easy to find now at this point. You can find information about that. But it's like the lab leak theory, it's even that was yesterday again in mainstream media in Norway that they are stating that that is a fact and it's a scandal that they try to suppress that information, so on. So I'm just waiting for the truth about the cough medicine coming out, being in mainstream media as well. I actually think that is going to happen very soon. Well, soon for me, that would be like in between 2 to 5 years from now on. I think the people responsible they understand that they are not as protected as they thought they would be. So they're using some of their millions and billions now to secure themselves against lawsuits. I think there's a lot of desperate legal stuff going on right now. It will again be beautiful to watch. I have had family, not close family, but members getting very, very sick from it. So I will enjoy the punishment that comes very much. Angus, oh, Angus, that's so kind of you to write that. Okay. And, when it comes to all the people who either chose or who were pressured into getting the cough medicine, I have not a single negative or bad word for you. I have only sympathy. But I think you guys, you're going to get your justice. You're going to see justice very soon. No, I will enjoy. When I say I will enjoy, what I'm talking about legal action against the people responsible. Obviously, I'm not talking about any. I'm not taking any joy from people getting sick, of course. No, I hope that you nobody misunderstood me there. So I will always be writing, in case anyone is wondering, but I will not accept any contract that involves AI. It's just not going to happen, in case you wondered. So I have a workout video, which is just a simple video that I am going to edit now, and then I'll take the rest of the day off. It is Sunday after all. Okay. So that's all for now. Take care, and we'll talk suddenly.